Hey everyone and welcome back. Today's makeup tutorial is a high-end and luxury brand makeup tutorial. I've done lots of videos using only drugstore products and more affordable products, but I do love my high-end beauty as well. So I thought I would do a makeup tutorial today using only high-end and luxury brand makeup. So I really hope you enjoy it. Let me know if you do down in the comments below, and please give it a big thumbs up as well and subscribe. And if you want to see how we got this whole look today, then keep watching. I have already gone over my brows. I've used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade Chocolate, and then I've just set them in place with the Tinted Brow Gel from Anastasia as well, and this is in the shade Brunette. And then just to prep my skin real quick and moisturise, I've used this Roche-Posay moisturiser. This is an intense soothing fluid for the face and eyes, which is really nice. And then for my eye cream, I've just used my usual Clarins eye contour balm. I'm going to do eyes first today, but I just want to put my primer on so it soaks in nicely. I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty. I have used this with a couple of other foundations now, and it's really nice. My last video was a Fenty foundation and primer review, so I'll leave that up there, either one of these corners, and I'll also leave it in the description bar below. And to prep my eyes, I'm using the Soft Ochre Paint Pot from MAC, and I'm mainly using most of it over the lid. I'm going into the inner corner as well, and then up towards my brow. And then for eyeshadows today, I'm using the Tartelette in Bloom palette, which I feel like I haven't used this for so long now, but I just love the colours inside. And it smells so good as well. Definitely all my kind of shades. I'm going to start by using Charmer, which I always use to set my eye base. So I'm just taking that on a fluffy brush. I can never say fluffy brush. And I'm just going to set my eye base in place. I think I'm going to start with Smarty Pants as my first transition shade. This is just a really nice neutral brown. And I'm taking the same brush and just buffing this into my crease. There is a little bit of fallout to these shadows, which you do have to be wary of, but I like to just go in little by little anyway, so I don't mind a bit of fallout. I'm going to take a bit of Flower Child, which is just next to that, and I'm just going to use that to help diffuse the edge at the top. Then I'm going to go into a little bit of Rebel, which is a little bit more warmer in tone. I'm taking this on a smaller fluffy brush now. And again, just blending it all into my crease and out in this outer corner. I'm bringing it in. I think I'm going to use a bit of concealer just to cut this crease a little bit. So I am bringing it in all the way to my inner corner. And it doesn't really matter how messy you are in this outer corner because you can just clean that up after. I have been enjoying doing eyes first because it doesn't matter if I make too much mess, and I am quite messy. And then I'm also going in with a little bit of Activist, which is, it looks black, but it's actually a very dark, cool tone brown. So I'm going to take a little bit of that, and I'm just going to pat this into this outer corner. I should really use a different brush, but I am lazy, so I'm just going to stick to the same one. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of concealer just to this inner corner. I'm going to be applying quite a dark bronzy shade, but I still want it to pop, so I'm just going to apply this, not completely cut the crease, and then just tap out the edge. Then to apply it over the lid, I'm going to use this eyeshadow. Ow! Why do I just drop everything? This eyeshadow duo. It's the Kevyn Aucoin eyeshadow duo in the number 210. And I really like this sort of bronzy shade. It's got almost like a purple undertone to it. It's really pretty. So I'm going to apply that over my lid. And I don't often wear like an all dark lid all over, but I just love the shade of this shadow. Usually with this sort of eye look I'd probably go for a gold or something, but I know I do that all the time, so I did want to switch it up a little bit today. But I really like the colour of this. It's really, really pretty. And it's nice to do something a little bit different now and again. Then I'm going to go back into that Activist shade and then just darken up this outer corner again. Okay, I'm going to take the wipe now and just clean up this edge. And then for my winged eyeliner, I'm using the Bobbi Brown, what's it called? It's the Bobbi Brown Long Wear Gel Eyeliner in the shade Black. I'm just going to follow where my eyeshadow ends. I'm going to move on to my face and then I can finish off the eyes because I can't do the under eyes until I've done my concealer and things like that. So I'm going to start by using the Makeup Forever Camouflage palette, and I like to use this green one on any red patches or little blemishes that I may have, especially when I want like a more full coverage base. So I'm just going to apply some of this to my chin, and this just disguises and counteracts any redness, which I do have quite a lot of redness actually. And for foundation, I'm using the Estee Lauder Double Wear. Just dot this all over. And then as usual, I'm gonna just blend that in with my beauty sponge. I do want a nice full coverage today, so I do mix this with another one as well just to get that extra coverage. And then to add extra coverage, I'll use the Makeup Forever HD Stick Foundation. If I use too much of the Estee Lauder Double Wear, it can become just a little bit too heavy, whereas this is more full coverage as well, but it adds more of like a dewy finish for my skin anyway, so that's why I like to just mix it with this one. I like the finish of the Makeup Forever HD Stick Foundation, but I don't really like it on its own. I prefer to mix it with other foundations. I don't know why. I don't know whether it's the way that I apply it, but I just don't get on with it very well when it's on its own. And then for concealer, I'm going to use the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Custard. I did go off this for quite a while, but now I love it again. I think it's because my skin isn't that dry at the moment. And this colour as well is just perfect for me. I love the Urban Decay Naked Concealer. I just wish they did it in a colour exactly the same as this. So to set my under eyes in place, I'm going to use the Mercier Translucent Powder, which is my favourite. And then to set the rest of my skin, I'm going to use the Urban Decay Naked Skin Loose Definition Powder in the shade Medium Light, which is also my favourite for setting my skin because it just adds a slight bit more coverage to the skin. Then moving on to bronzer, I'm going to use the Urban Decay Beach Bronzer in the shade Bronzed. And where is my brush? And then to add just a little bit more warmth, I'm going to use the MSF Give Me Sun, which I really do need to pick up another one of. I really do like the mineralized skin finishes as bronzers because they just apply so nice and blend really easily. Just to add in a little bit of contour, I'm going to use this shade from my Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit. And I've seen a lot of people do their contour after their bronzer, which really intrigued me, and I have been doing it and it blends so much easier. I'm also just going to dust a little bit of that banana powder underneath my eyes as well. For blush, I'm going to use this Illuminating cheek colour from Clarins, and it's in the shade number 2. It's a really nice peachy pink, but it has like got illumination to it as well. So moving back onto the eyes, I'm using this pencil from Urban Decay. It's in the shade Demolition. It's just one of their eyeliner pencils. So I'm going to do my top waterline and my lower waterline. And then on a pencil brush, I'm going to take Rebel, which was the warm reddish brown, on a little pencil brush. And I'm going to run this all along this lower lash line. And I'm making sure that it joins up to that liner in the outer corner. And then I'm going to just take a blender and blend this out. I do like to blend mine down quite far because I find that it hides all my under eye creases. And then I'm taking Activist on like a more pointier pencil brush, and I'm pressing this right into my lower lashes, just to make sure that it's just really dark in the roots of my lashes. For mascara, I'm using the Sumptuous Extreme mascara from, I think it's Estee Lauder. And then to finish off the eyes, I'm going to use the Kevyn Aucoin Candlelight Powder. I'm going to use this to highlight my brow bone and the inner corners as well. And this is really pretty because it's very soft. It adds such a nice glow. And then for lips, I was thinking of doing Exposed from Kylie Cosmetics, but I don't know whether it's going to be too cool in tone. Don't know whether to do a Candy K instead. I'm going to do Candy K. So the very final thing to do is to set this in place and add my highlighter as well. So I'm going to set first with the MAC Fix Plus. I'm going to spray this all over. And then when that's nearly set, I'm going to use my highlight. This is the Becca Champagne Pop. So that completes today's makeup tutorial, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you did down in the comments below. And don't forget to give it a big thumbs up as well and subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!